First answer is don't make them feel young. I think that, everyone talks about millennials and millennials this and millennials that. And I know there's a bunch of millennials here that don't fit any of those descriptions and that are hard workers and hustlers and demand the respect of, Fortune 500 CEOs. And so they got to that place. And it's a practice that we really take seriously here about kind of, growth over comfort is really what we practice and what we preach, and putting yourselves in those uncomfortable situations where you're not sure if you can do it. And you come out of the other side and you're like, I messed up in areas, but I got through it. And next time I'm going to focus on these areas. So giving them, so kind of in a few, to answer it a few different ways, it's the autonomy to take on those types of initiatives, to take on those things where typically I think that, people in my position are sometimes scared to take someone who's newer and just throw them in and put them in front of a client. And honestly, it's terrifying. And it's like every time I grit my teeth and I'm like, oh my God, but you have to do it. Because it builds into them so much. And 9 times out of 10, we're so amazed about what comes out of the other side of that employee, and they get pumped up and they're like, I want to take on more of this. And this was so big for me. And the 10 out of 10 times where it doesn't work, they don't typically remain in a Hüify employee. And that's a great reason as well, because sometimes they're just not cut out, or this isn't the position that they want. And so, and just kind of a requirement of working here. I think the other thing, so that's kind of the tactical client day-to-day piece. To get performance out of them from a culture standpoint, everyone's like, everyone talks about the office with the ping pong tables and what have you. Company culture isn't ping pong tables. We really build into and want to build into who they are as a person and what their goals are. And so I think the understatement of building into the company's vision and talking to them through one-on-ones, through level 10 performance reviews, through weekly conversations, allowing them to see themselves in the vision of that company over the next year, next 3 years, next 5 years, next 10 years, so they can start to see, hey, look at awesome. If I want a career here, if I hit these benchmarks, I can continue to grow with this company. So they see that vision and they see that for themselves, and they have a place. And that's extremely important for a lot of people who are younger. What comes along with that is the responsibility of their role. So it's building into that while also taking away and saying, hey, look, if you're going to excel to that place, you have to hit these benchmarks. So those are basically the main ways that we see getting the most performance out of a young team.